Yep, I'm talking to you. You're getting hungry. Very hungry. Your mouth is watering. You have a craving. A craving for Doritos. A craving for crunchy tacos. Well, have I got the treat for you. It's that time again. It's grill time, baby. Come on in tomorrow only to get your charcoal for 50% off. Choose your favorite smoker. That's 20% off. 3453 North Kimball in Chicago, Illinois. Remember, this sale is for one day only. Now that's how you save big money. It's selling out fast and secure. Your tickets now. The first annual 1043 2018 Hip Hop Fallback Jam Session. It's something you don't want to miss. Hey, it's Danaya, and you're now tuned in to No Filter Radio with your host, Dope as Music.
So we're working on that.
Television.
Sissy. Okay. I think it's so special having my big sister do my makeup. I love when my sissy Erica helps me kind of play, I say dress up. It just makes me feel like, my big sister making me look fly, as she would say. I like it. Smoky sexy.
Social media. Video shoots. Photo shoots. Live stream.
Like 2 weeks ago, and most of you know I'm a casting associate, so I cast background and extras and whatever for 4-star casting.
Movies.
Dwayne, can I see you in my office?
Yeah. Can I use the bathroom first?
Well, make it fast.
YouTube videos.
Sweet love, hear me calling out your name. I feel no shame in love. Don't you ever.
Or commercials. Danaya Designs for You will get you right. Grab that S4S jewelry. Just go to bit.ly/DD4U jewelry.
Located at 4655 South King Drive. Approved by Papas Everywhere.
Good evening, and welcome everybody to another edition of Danaya Radio. And we have the fabulous, the amazing, the beautiful Miss Royalty America Sherrie Gearheart is in the building. Hello, Queen. How have you been?
Well, I've been very good. Thank you so much for having me on your show. I'm so excited to be here with you and all of your listeners.
Oh my gosh. So how have you been thriving through this pandemic, having two fabulous little young girls? Congratulations on the latest young one.
Thank you. It's been quite a whirlwind. I had to give birth during the beginning of this pandemic, which was a very scary experience, as you can imagine. Mm-hmm. Yep. So I think, when my second daughter, her name is Rose, she was just born 2 months ago. Can you believe it's been 2 months that we've this? I know it's crazy. The world's been going through this. But anyway, I think when we look back on it, seeing those pictures of us in the hospital hallway with our masks on and holding this little baby is going to be quite the story to tell her one day. Mm-hmm. So I've been thriving by really keeping up on my mental health, my physical health, recovering as, a mom. I just had back-to-back pregnancies, and taking care of 2 girls. I had very, very difficult pregnancies where I was wheelchair bound and where I couldn't walk, and just, focusing on my journey back to health while also making sure I live in the moment with my girls.
Yeah, and that's definitely got to be the hardest part. I know the one thing for me specifically when I heard about this, but first I was calling Sherrie like, yeah, you can't go nowhere. Sorry, you can't. Like you're locked down. Like, I called Sherrie, I called Erica, I called my best friend Tammy. I said, I don't care what it is, stay your ass in the house. Nope, I don't give a damn. I don't want to. I can't handle this. I got sick. No, just stay home, and we'll figure it out later. Just stay home. Just stay home.
I think what was so hard was canceling my baby shower. My baby girl came 3 weeks early, and my baby shower was scheduled a week prior. And all of a sudden, 1,500 dying are dead in Italy. It was like, whoa, it's really real. And I made the really tough decision to cancel the baby shower because I'm like, there's no way I can put people's lives at risk. I mean, I was expecting over 150 people at my shower. It was going to be quite a thing. But, I just want to say to anyone listening, my heart goes out to anyone that has lost someone to COVID-19. And, I myself and many others out there are praying for everyone, praying for our nation, praying for the world. And anyone that is battling this, just, have hope for your loved one or your family member, for yourself. There's many, many, many survivors. My uncle, he suffers from, severe liver damage and a heart valve that doesn't work right and seizures, and he got COVID-19 and he recovered. So it is possible. Many people are. The biggest thing I want to say from talking to medical doctors, obviously I'm not a medical doctor, but from talking to medical doctors and everything I've read, is the first signs you feel it in your lung, go into the ER. Go into the ER. Do not hesitate, because the sooner you can get on oxygen, the more likely you are to survive. The likely you are needed onto a ventilator. And there are people who have been on ventilators for a very long extended period of time that actually have survived as well. So keep the hope, stay faithful. And the biggest thing is, other than disinfect and all that, do things to boost your immune system. You need to be taking your zinc, your vitamin C. You need to get out into the sun. And if you're not, you need to be taking vitamin D. You need to do things just to make your body strong,
Yes. So you actually visited China. It was 5 years ago, correct? You were in China 5 years ago?
Yes, I went to China 5 years ago. Yep. I'm glad I had that experience. It was a dream of mine to travel internationally and model. I had done it already in the Philippines. I had done it in other countries, but China was a whole other experience. I mean, I signed to an international agency, J agency, and basically she said, you've been contracted to paying all expenses, hotel, food, flight. You're getting paid to model out there, and it was a whirlwind. So crazy me, I get on a flight to do it. I mean, it's a reputable modeling agency. I've already watched back then, all the documentaries about what could possibly go wrong, different things that can happen internationally, and some of the things did happen to me. But when I landed, nobody was there to pick me up, and I'm standing there. I don't have. Yes. I know. I'm standing. It was so scary. I'm like standing there in this airport, and let me tell you, I didn't even know my itineraries. I had to go, I should say, but I had to go on like 4 flights. I didn't even know. I'm like running from one airport to the other. One person was at one airport to pick me up to bring me to the other, but the final destination, no one was there. So I'm like, oh my God. And I had one number written down. She said, if nobody's there to pick you up, you need to call this contact in China. And I'm like doing nobody spoke English. So I'm doing the motion signal with my hand for phone. And I'm like, phone, can I use your phone? And I'm like asking people. So long story short, I call a number, no one answers. I'm like, OMG. And finally, after 45 minutes of standing there, I know, right? After 45 minutes of standing there, the guy arrived and he picked me up. It is insane.
That is a nightmare.
And here I was. It was late at night. It was really late at night, kind of. And basically, I got into the vehicle. I drove for 5 hours, Danaya, 5 hours on the road, not knowing where I am, what I'm doing. I don't recommend this for those of you listening at home.
Wow.
It was wild. And here's the worst part. Here I am. My family's wondering, am I safe? My friends, I've got my followers on Facebook. They're like, are you okay? Did you touch down? It wasn't until about 4 or 5 days that people heard from me, because in China, Google is blocked. So none of my email accounts would work because they were all run through Google at the time, including GoDaddy and other hosting software I used. Facebook was blocked. I'm like, what? There was no way. There was no way for me to get in contact. So fortunately, one of the girls that spoke a little bit of broken English, she was from one of the countries in Europe, she gave me a VPN, and I was able to very limitedly get onto Facebook and post about my journey. And it was a heck of a journey. I mean, in China, the culture is totally different. The modeling is different. And sometimes I bring some of that stylistic movements into my modeling here in the U.S. because I can't help it. It was such an amazing 2.5 years of my life that sometimes I'll really put my hands together on the stage and just Chinese movement, and I'm like, oh God, here I go again. But we learned Chinese dance. Yeah, we learned Chinese dance moves, and we had to do this huge dance production before each show. And there were, on average, 5 to 7 shows a day. We had about 3 hours of sleep, 2 to 3 hours of sleep per night. Every day we would get into a bus and we would change locations and do. It ended up being 7 cities total, but we traveled around that entire city all day long in a tour bus, going from place to place to place. And it was an unbelievable experience that I'll always remember for the rest of my life.
Right. So for those who do not know exactly who you are and what you do, I'm gonna run down your resume real quick. So Sherrie Gearheart is a petite model. You are 5'6", correct?
Yes, I'm only 5'6".
But I'm saying that first so I can say the rest. She's been featured at New York Fashion Week for 2 seasons, correct?
No, 5 seasons.
Lord. What? New York Fashion Week?
Yes. 5 seasons in a row.
Hold on, wait. So what was it? Did you do Art Heart 2 seasons and everything else was either LLC or something else?
No, Art Heart I think 4 or 5 seasons. And I've been hired, it's not just a model, I've been hired as a red carpet host for Suzanne Beretta. She runs an awesome company. I've been hired as just so many different fronts, as a magazine editor. I've been hired on so many different fronts during New York Fashion Week, but I've always been able to model for House of Byfield, international luxury brand. I was one of his faces. So I think what was so cool about my modeling journey, when I talked about, modeling overseas being my dream and doing all that, runway's my dream. I love runway. There's nothing like being on the runway. You come alive, you get to see, especially in China or overseas, thousands and thousands of people in the audience.
Yeah.
And the talent of that knowing the language and learning the culture is incredible. But after years and years of modeling, building my portfolio, I finally signed to an international agency, doing things overseas, and then all of a sudden it popped off, and I was able to walk in Mercedes-Benz New York Fashion Week, the final season of Mercedes-Benz. They no longer sponsor it as of February of 2015. Yeah. And basically it was at the Lincoln Center, and that's history, being able to walk in that season. And then I did LA Fashion Week for several seasons in a row. I did New York Fashion Week. And I'd already been modeling all over Chicago and Tennessee.
Yes, it was. So I think I got confused with the season because I forget seasons. It's 2 seasons per year, so I get confused in that number.
Yeah.
2015? I swear we could not keep this girl in the States. Lord have mercy, she was all over the world. Freddie, she was working as a model, but then she was also, spreading awareness regarding suicide prevention, anti-bullying. And I think one of the biggest things, anybody that's in this chat can attest to when it comes to this platform, is the fact of how important it is to be able to tell people that they are loved and they are important and they are beautiful. And you have done that not only in Chicago, but internationally. She has done events in Ireland, France. She has gone to, oh my Lord, Liberia and spread awareness.
Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico, like,
Philippines.
I mean,
Mm-hmm.
hold on, wait. Yeah, I'm off. Wait. Yeah, I think that's it. Is that internationally? And of course, even in China, even when she was in China,
Mm-hmm.
she was doing the same thing. She might have been modeling, but I guarantee you, she was talking to someone about suicide. Trust and believe that. Trust and believe that. Because every conversation you have with her, she talks to someone about how to make themselves better, and that's what makes Sherrie amazing.
It's so true.
It don't matter where she is. I guarantee she was helping to save somebody's life somewhere. Trust and believe that, and she saved mine as well. Don't even get it twisted. Because heaven knows, had you not been there, my mom passed. Child. Yeah. Whew. And I say this all the time. You were,
running.
Oh, sorry.
No. I was just gonna say, I couldn't have done it without amazing people by my side, like yourself and all of the people that believed in me and stood with me and went through the training that I provided and just put in those hours and those efforts of sleepless nights. With me, whether it's like so many times you helped me mentor teens that were on the verge of suicide and ready to make a bad decision, ready to start cutting, and you'd be like, Sherrie, I'm getting on the phone, I'm going to help them. And then I'd get on the phone. And, there's so many times like I had to miss other things in my life, whether it was opportunity to make money or opportunity to model or whatever it was, just to drop everything and do a suicide intervention.
Yes.
It's like, this has been my passion and my life for over 10 years. And it's because I genuinely care and love people, and I've been through a tremendous amount of things in my life. I know that life can be better. Part of the reason I've pushed so hard with my own dreams is those dreams, they give us something to look forward to. They give us joy, they give us happiness, so why not? And then obviously the charitable part, just giving back to people it's just who I am,
Yes, absolutely. The chat is absolutely loving you. Shout out to my girls. Keyshawn, Lunchbar, and here Erica put her NBA stuff through for a couple minutes as well. We have, who is it? Tupac. Some people that are coming through. My boy is sitting there listening. My boy Mike, he's an amazing theater coach and dance choreographer. He was like, I gotta work with her, so we definitely gotta figure that out. He loves you. He actually came to the show. He came to the show that the over 1,000 people show that happened at the Palmer House. I was a part of that amazing team to produce that, so I am very proud of that situation. He was there for that. He said he wants to, whatever event he does. Well, he wants to come and shoot behind the scenes. So whatever we do, Model Icon, whatever it is. Oh yeah, let's talk about Model Icon real quick and how that came to be. And that your honey is incredible. So talk about Model Icon and how that came to be and why it's so important to you.
Okay, Model Icon is so important to me because being a woman, being 5'6", mid-20s at the time, at the height of my modeling career, it's like everyone said I couldn't do it, it wasn't possible, and I just wanted to take all of the experience that I've had, all of the international and local connections, local being Chicago, that I had, and bring it to the table for others. And I wanted to promote diversity, I wanted to promote inclusivity, and do it as a luxury brand. So Model Icon Inc. produces incredible fashion shows. They're very elite. I take a lot of time to train models. I absolutely love training models. I even did it while I was pregnant. You can't get me off my feet. I just love working with people that are passionate about being on stage. And the designers, every single designer we have featured has been phenomenal, like Mario and Jorge, Dovile, which her brand is Dovi Art, your jewelry brand, Danaya Designs for You, like just everybody that's come to the table, Marie France, like all of them have been top of the line. The audience loves it. So our shows only feature 4 designers and about 50 to 70 models each show, and it's just they get their runway, they get to shine in a professional front, and they get to be exposed to potential agencies that may want to sign them, as well as featured in our magazine, Model Icon Inc., which is launching this summer. So Model Icon, we also have a workshop that we do. Our workshop was quite the experience. I kept the signups very limited because there's a lot of one-time. And they got to speak with different agencies that day. The models got to do a runway course from Select Model Management. Top Supermodel came in and taught them awesome tips. And of course, they got to do photo shoots. I mean, everything in this industry is about having the best image and putting your best face forward for your brand, whatever that means. You have to know what your brand is. But I love my company. I love Model Icon Inc. I'm taking it slow in terms of how big it's going to be. A lot more people want to be a part of it and walk in our shows or, you know, be in our shoots, but I need to keep it limited and manageable because I'm a mom of two. Got my 2 little baby girls. Finally, that dream came true. So I gave birth 1 year ago to Georgine, and exactly 12 months later, I've got my little Rose. So, you know, I hope this whole pandemic dies down sooner than later, and, you know, within a few years to be traveling internationally again to do some charity work with Bill Rogers Youth Foundation. And of course, suicide prevention will always be a part of my life. I'll be promoting that and continuing my relationships in Liberia. I absolutely love some of my absolute favorite people are in Liberia, West Africa. And then, of course, you know, I'd love to model again sometime down the road.
Right. Yeah, definitely. You know, I think what was so dope about, or what is so dope about Model Icon, especially the shows, is that's one of the few shows the designers actually get to be showcased, and like you had us answering questions and really getting digged into our brand. I loved Dovilia's answer. It was so incredible because I got to really know her even more so when it comes to her brand. And she said how she, you know, how it was about having like that fantasy look, and that's how her clothes look. You know what I'm saying? About really bringing back your childhood and all that kind of stuff. So
I love it. I think that's one of the concepts that makes our shows so different, is being that there's only 4 designers featured that day and we interview every single designer. The audience falls in love with everyone on that stage. And then to find out that the pieces are actually affordable. Some of them like start at $20 all the way on up to, you know, $100 or a couple hundred, or if you want something custom, maybe $1,000 for something really spectacular. And, you know, it's like, wow, this stuff is attainable and it's right here in our city, you know, and the audience loves it.
Definitely. I think that's what people don't understand, is how important it is to support independent artists, support independent talent.
Yes, because you have so many beautiful pieces, you know, like there's so much beauty in our city. So if anybody is wondering or wanting to involve Model Icon, you can look us up on Facebook under Model Icon. We're on Instagram at Model Icon Inc. And, you know, you can reach out. I'll be a lot more active with the brand during the next few months. We do have an event planned in Chicago, a 2-day event this October, but I'm probably, depending on how things are going with this pandemic, going to be changing that to maybe just like a photo shoot or something like that. So just be posted, you know, as we see how things progress for our nation.
Definitely, you know, and I think and things like Model Icon are really important because of the fact that they don't just showcase traditional models. Like, it's not all like if you're not 5'10" and super tiny, then you can't be a part of this. And so just to be able to see the passion that the models had, because we had some incredible models of all sizes, and they were just so confident. So like Veronica and Xiomara, like there's so many incredible, beautiful models.
See, what I want to say is, if everyone on this, you know, everyone that's here listening goes on our fan page, Model Icon, and watches the actual fashion segments, look up MJ Designs, and watch. Every single model you see there is a petite model under 5'5". Some of the girls are 5'11", 5'2", 5'3". Mario and Jorge exclusively took all of my petite models, and I tell you right now, you would not know the difference. The women, the girls, like, they slayed the runway. It's incredible. So I love our shows because we really do showcase all ages, sizes, heights, all nationalities. It's beautiful. It's really beautiful to see that.
Definitely, and it's so amazing to be a part of it. To
it is
see how to see, like, just to kind of see how it's grown. And I was blessed to be a part of the first show, which was so much fun and so hard to talk on stage. I talk on stage all the time. Yeah. Lord have mercy. I was like, I didn't know. It was so funny because I didn't know the questions that she was gonna ask. I just kind of was like, all right, let me just kind of flow through this now. And then she told me, and I was like, oh, this is the same stuff that I talk about anyway. So yeah.
Absolutely, because I think people forget that there's a person behind this brand. There's a person behind who made that jewelry, and their heart and soul went into creating that piece. And I just want the audience to get connected with each and every one of you.
Yeah, one of these days I'll play the actual video from when I did the piece at my Iconic, and how inspirational it was to be able to see it, because after everything the show here has gone through with the kids and the haters and things, that we on YouTube shit. We have same issue here. We ain't even gonna lie. The same issue here, going through it right now. Lord have mercy. Child, Lord have mercy. But you handled it.
One thing I'm gonna say. You know what I'll say, Danaya? This is what I'm gonna say. The more successful you are, the more haters you have. But let me tell you, my haters is such a small, tiny group of 5. Right. They don't even compare to the thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of lives that we've impacted, the thousands of lives that we've saved through our suicide prevention initiatives, the hundreds of people that are in my circle that love me, genuinely love me, and want to see me succeed. Like, there are so many people on the globe that are for me and believe in me and see my heart. So, to anyone out there that's listening, that's, has stalkers, has haters, has people that don't like you, who cares? Let it be. Like, let them rant, let them obsess. That's their own problem. For whatever reason, they're not focusing on within and healing themselves. So you need to stay focused. All that is just a distraction. All that drama is just to take you away from your path and all that you are meant to achieve. So the biggest thing I can say, don't live in fear. Don't get distracted. Stay focused on what God put you here on this earth to do, and do it well and shine, because they want to dim that light. They see that light. They think that they don't have that light within them. Everybody has that light within them. I actually pray for that. I pray that they find their peace. But you know what? I got to stay focused on me and everyone that supports me and all the people out there that are lost and need to find their way. That's my mission, right? Helping those people. And also helping people help their dreams come true. Why not? I love that. So that kind of leads me into what's going on with this pandemic. I just want to tell everyone, don't live in fear. Like, obviously be smart, right? Like, wash your hands, disinfect, take, your vitamins, all that. Don't live in fear, just break out of that. And one of the first questions you asked me, not the first, was how I'm thriving throughout all of this. Currently I'm doing counseling 1 time a week. That 1 hour a week, I get to self-reflect. I get to take that time away as a mom of 2 and as a business owner, and as someone that's helping so many people. I get to take that time away and have that 1 hour to be like, you know what? I really did do great this week as a mom, right? I did make an impact. Or you know what? Today, this hour, I want to focus on healing. I want to focus on healing from my past, or helping my family heal, or helping, you know what I mean? Yeah. So counseling is so, so, so important. And There's counseling, they're doing Zoom calls for counseling now. They're doing
Yeah.
counseling over the phone now. Like everything is changing in order to accommodate and keep people safe. So don't fear, do whatever you need to do, self-reflect, look within. This is a very unique time our world is going through. And everyone needs to jump on that. And I know some of you are probably like, Sherrie, how can you say that? I'm struggling financially. I'm struggling, with my health. I'm struggling with that. It's like everybody's going through the struggle to varying degrees. Everybody has some level of fear. But what I can tell you is you have YouTube, you have Google, you have access to learning new skills, to picking up side hustles, to make more money, to get new, like I said, new skills to better yourself, to listen to motivational speakers to uplift yourself. Like there's so much you can do while you're at home. And if you're like, I can't get out of bed, I can't do this. Yes, you can. You can get out of bed. You can get out of that chair, do something every day for you. I don't care if it's 5 minutes. I don't care if all you do is stretch for 5 minutes. Do something for you. I don't care if all you do is 10 minutes, a couple of favorite songs, and you listen to that and you escape, right? Like everybody needs to start nurturing themselves and taking care of themselves. And I think that's kind of the shift, and I'm hoping people get out of the fear and start focusing on being self-reflective and healing and looking at how they can better themselves and, if not, their world.
Absolutely. Like that's so important. Shout out to my girl Rosalind from Project in Chicago. She has this thing called T-Pop, Thinking Positive on Purpose, and that's exactly what Sherrie's talking about right here. That's exactly what it is. Shout out to Project in Chicago, definitely doing the tag on thing. Shout out to China Young, much love. I mean, like it's just people don't understand like that. You have to get to the part where you're trying to think about how to be positive. How do you get through this?
You have to. Everybody has to start looking at how to be positive. I also think this has made everyone go, wow, I should have taken that extra trip when I could have. I should have driven that hour to see my friend or my family, right? Like all the things, all the time we're too tired or we're too busy or we're too whatever to connect with our loved ones. It's like we need to make that time for each other. But the neatest thing that we have access to is, Zoom. We can see each other on this screen.
Yeah.
Right? We can pick a phone, chat, video chat. Like, don't forget you have access to this technology and it can help you connect to people, right? Like, you're not alone. So, and then the other thing I want to say is, right now where I'm living in my life, like I'm in a rural area, there's not as much fear out here. There's not as many people, right? But in the cities, there's a lot more fear. So, like, think about like where you're located and just don't fear control you, because not everybody has that same mentality as where you're at in your life, right? And then the other thing too, talking about like going back to haters, like, oh my God, like the self-righteous people on social media, whoo, Lord, like don't wear a mask, you're evil if you do, evil if you don't, like really, like all the self-righteous people need to just like sit down
and chill out, right?
So it's like, yeah, they need to chill out. It's like, first of all, we're all going in through this together, like I said, to varying degrees, but the last thing anybody needs is to be like they're a bad person,
Right, exactly. And that's what people don't get. It's like you have to make sure that you're out there and you're being safe at the same token. Don't sit there and and just crucify someone because they because they're making their choice. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes.
Yeah, exactly. And you don't know, like when people are like, oh, you're stockpiling your it's like, no, they have a family of home, right? Like, no. Or, oh, they're not wearing a mask. Well, they have COPD. And if they wear a mask, that's bad for their health. Like, just be respectful.
Right.
Everyone needs to just be respectful and gentle at this time. And, I've talked to some people who haven't left their house in 6 weeks. They left one time to go to the workplace to pick up stuff. And it's like, and then there's others who, like I said, they're maybe in a suburb or a rural area where it appears to be safe to leave the house on a regular basis. So, with people, some people are really, really locked down. I know I'm locked down extra more than some because I'm a mom of two. So I have to take extra precautions. I can't
Yeah.
just, oh, I have my 2 babies today. I can't just walk into the store with my babies. Like, that's never going to happen, you know?
Right.
So,
Exactly.
you know, it's like you got to do things for your mental health, and you've got to do things to just also be gentle with other people.
Mm-hmm. And that's so important. It's about being gentle. It's about being respectful. And just really just being kind. Like, I think that's the one thing that I found out we need to work on as a country. Is just being kind to other people, especially during this situation, because it's not very easy. You know, I know the biggest concern that I've had was, you know, the models that we work with, and making sure that they're good. You know, and making sure that they still have they know we're still there for them throughout this, because we can't see them. We used to see them all the time.
Yeah, and creatives.
Yeah. Oh.
I know, like, we're not seeing them. And I know, like, every show that I've ever produced, be it for whatever organization or business, like, every time we get together, it's a family.
Yes.
And I know it's almost therapeutic for everybody involved. So for all of us to not have that, I know it's very difficult. Mm-hmm. So I am excited to start producing again once it blows over, and just see where that goes. But, you know, we're creatives, Danaya. Like, our field is full of creatives, so we tend to be more emotional. We tend to have more anxiety. We tend to really internalize, you know, so we really do need to reach out to our people and make sure they're okay. It's so important. So anyone listening, reach out to your people and make sure they're okay.
Hey, Karen Soul. Yes. Oh, no worries. You're your Charm Squad in the building. Yes. Karen Soul, next time we have an event in Chicago, you definitely have to come see the fabulous stuff that we do. So Karen Soul is actually from here. So a couple people from Chicago that are online that come through and support really, really well. Like, I think
your commercial, Danaya. I like seeing your commercial. You know, yes, we go way back. You and I go so far back, and seeing all the different producers come into the industry, leave the industry, the sad stuff of, like, producers passing away, the fake ones coming in, promising the stars and the moon and never delivering. Like, you and I have seen it all, and I'm just so blessed that I've been able to work alongside you all these years.
Yeah, but it's my page. Hold on, no, it's my page. I'll talk about it. I don't care. I'm gonna just say this, because there's so much to talk about. That'll be another broadcast. Because I know
it will.
I know who's listening on your side, so I'm gonna be respectful and just say that there are certain situations where if you have the feeling it's time to run. Then don't think about it. Just go, go far away, far away. Because otherwise, you'll be sitting there 8 months trying to figure out why the heck you didn't get that fool so much of your time. Just saying that much. That'll be no, trust me. I have a couple of.
I know who you're talking about,
Danaya. The patience. I'm lucky I still got Miles talking to me after that, by the way, because that situation there.
You and I are so patient people, and we give people so many chances. We really do. Like, too many chances.
That's out the window.
Ever given.
No, that's out the window now. These people.
Yeah, we've matured. We don't give any more chances. The first sign.
We were so trying to see the good people. That's our. I'm done. No, if you mess up, I don't even want to talk to you. Just go be great on that side. Over there. Go be great over there.
Go do you over there.
Way away from me, honey. I don't want to talk to you no more. Don't mention me or nothing. Just stay out of my way. I don't want to see you. I don't try to hug me.
You know, that's the thing. Is like we don't even put time into talking about these. You know, like, it's like, okay, work out, that's all. You do you, we do what we do, and that's it. Like,
right.
But now that we're talking about it,
but Justin got things to talk about. I'm confused. I was like, how do you pull me aside of the show? What are you looking at you? I promise, Joe, it was so funny. I was sitting there like, I know he's not going to pull me on stage. Oh, if this wasn't my friend, I'll be hurting you right now.
Oh, don't you know it? He pulled you on stage and he had you talking.
Of
Like
course.
you two are
And he's
best
lucky that it was
buddies.
my friend's show, because if it had been anybody else's show, I just would have cussed him out right there. But it was my friend's show, so I wasn't gonna be rude, because it was her performance and she had just slayed and she was trying to win the competition, which she won. Bam, because she's badass like that. But had it not been, oh baby, that wouldn't have ended well for him at all. But I sure did tell him, I said, don't work with him. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. And y'all gonna have to tune in for another one, because because we're doing a pageant thing. We're not trying to give away names right now. But trust me, I'll give some names into the broadcast, because I need y'all think y'all guys beef on these streets, baby. In real life, ain't up in here. So rude. So
yeah,
rude.
one word. TV show. That's the only word I'm gonna say.
Exactly. Boom. Non-existent. Actually, wait a minute.
In case you were wondering who we're talking about.
Oh, they'll find out another broadcast. We're just not gonna do it on this one. Oh, baby, this is my channel. Y'all gonna find out another broadcast. I'm gonna have a whole list of shit that I'd have been mad about. That's gonna be right on that list. But since Sherrie is representing Miss Royalty America, we're going to be very, very vague on that right now. But later on, honey, grab your wine, because I got some things to say.
Look, we go way back. We've seen it all in the city. Chicago. We have seen it all. Oh my goodness.
Oh, UMac Creative
is crazy.
So UMac actually came to the show. Was it the 5th or 6th annual? I think it was the 6th annual. UMac Creative had came out to the show, because the owner is here, and actually one of her daughters was a part of it. I'm not sure if that's the time we had Naughty Loops, because we worked with Naughty Loops a couple times, because she actually featured Naughty Loops on her. Yeah. So yep. UMac Creative.
I love Naughty Loops. I love everyone you work with.
Naughty Loops is amazing. I met Naughty Loops through you, actually. I think. Yeah, I did. Yep.
Yeah, I got to model for her. I think I met her through a show I was hired to host. I was hired to do. Yeah, I was actually hired to MC a show, and that's where I met her. I mean, it's rare that I do that, but I was like, oh my god, like I have to have that. Her stuff is so awesome.
Yeah, she is really dope.
So, she started featuring in my shows.
Yeah, she said her daughter Natasha. Oh yeah, her daughter Natasha's an amazing model, just flawless in her shots, super duper dope. Mm-hmm. You know, we've met some of the most amazing models in the country. I was talking about Chastity, because I think that is such an example of when you do everything right, things just comes in your lap. Period. Because from the minute I met Chastity, she just has this energy. And right after that, I couldn't book her after that, because everybody wanted her. I'm like, hold on, none of y'all wanted to put her on the runway before, but I put her on the runway. Now all of y'all see how good she is. I ain't talking to none of y'all no more.
Danaya, how many people could not get into shows and into one of my shows, and they auditioned, right? Yep. And you gave them a chance as a designer, and one of the other designers gave them a chance. Like, how many? And then after they do our show, they're like, oh my god, now all of a sudden they let me in their show, and now I have all these opportunities. Thank you so much. I mean, this is like, when we say we're making dreams come true, we're actually making dreams come true. We are giving the opportunity, but we're believing in everyone that comes up to us, you know, like that comes up to us, talks to us, connects to us. I love it.
Yeah, Jessie too. Like,
I miss it. I can't wait.
I know, it's so crazy. And
Jessie's so good.
Man, what's so crazy? What I love about Jessie is that she went from like being so shy and timid when I first worked with her on the very first show that I worked with you on, and now like she's just slaying it on runways across the country, doing it Fashion Week, and just has this amazing brand that she's building, and it's just really, really dope to see her just come alive, you know. And you know, I always talk about her when it comes to just like overcoming, and I told her when she was going through the mess that she was going through, I told her, I said, put all of that into your shoot. You are too damn fabulous for this mess. Put all that into your shoot. Go out there and take them photos and kill it. And she killed it, and that's how she won the competition. Because she just slayed.
You're such a good mentor.
Thank you.
You're incredible. You're
she just slayed. Oh my goodness, I was so proud of her. she's never like up until this. She hadn't
She
taken photos
did.
ever. She's killed that shoe.
She did. You know, the reality is like she was being severely bullied at school. Like all of us are going to be going through something, you know, at one time or another in our lives, right? Like being bullied, or maybe there's financial troubles or relationship troubles, or God forbid, health troubles. Like the reality is just these people, and you know, and just do your best and be ready. Like be ready to tap into your strength and your power, and if you can't, to ask the people around you to help you. And that's what she did. She had such a good support system. She had all of us, you know. And she got through it. She was severely bullied, and she got through it. And not only did she get through it, she blossomed incredibly as a model, and then also as a public speaker. Like her and her mom, Shelly, have made a huge impact on veterans in their community, you know, in terms of suicide prevention and mental health. So there's so many good models out there that we've just given the chance to, and they've really blossomed.
They truly have. You know, I think that's what's so important, is like when you give people a chance when it comes to modeling, obviously not with other things, because y'all lying sheep. Let me stop. It goes to modeling. We give people a chance. Oh, child, she's doing. Like I said, we're gonna have another broadcast about that, because there's so many things I need to talk about.
The drama broadcast.
Yes, it's a drama broadcast. I don't care. Doggone it. Look, I'm saying names and everything. I don't care. True. Stupid freaking TV show. But when you give people the chance when it comes to modeling, you never know what can happen. You really do never know what can happen.
It's true.
You don't know.
And anyone, if you want to work on your brand, I mean, now is like, there's no better time to work on your brand than now. I mean, if you're in pageants, if you're modeling, if you're a creative graphic designer, an actual fashion designer, whatever it is, whoever you are, whatever your brand is, it could be anything, being a florist, whatever. Like right now is the time to be self-reflective and put energy and time into your brand. So if anyone is in this industry in terms of fashion or modeling or any of that, reach out to me through Model Icon. I do one-on-one consulting. I do the workshops. I bring in other high-end professionals to teach. You know, we're here for you. Like, we're here to help you. Just on one-on-one consulting, like, you can learn so much in 1 hour. I mean, imagine, Danaya, like, if you starting out in the industry could sit down with who you are today, like someone that you today, right? Like if you could have sat down with someone at that level in the beginning, imagine like, wow, right? Like all the stuff that you would have learned so much faster. And when I coach people, I'm like, God, I wish I would have had that in the beginning, you know? Right. So I try to bring that to the table, bring value.
Yeah, I know the biggest thing about me was that I was raised around productions. Like my mom used to produce shows around the country. We did the majority of the shows we did in Chicago. And the biggest show that we did was at the University of Chicago for the centennial celebration. So what was super dope was that I had my friend Andrew actually spoke in that same. Now, mind you, the University of Chicago is huge, and one of her main speeches was in the exact same building that we had that show in 1993. Child, I hadn't been to that building since then. Like that was such a powerful moment. And we had just talked about we literally just talked about what was she gonna say in her speech, and I said, skip all the BS, tell these people the truth, tell them that you're struggling but you're still here, tell them that what you're going through, tell them that entrepreneurship isn't easy, tell them that that you almost didn't make it here and you wanted to cancel, tell them all of that, because that's what's gonna make your speech pop. That's what makes people want to tune in. That's why people want to hire you, is when they can know that you are not perfect, but you're gonna do what you need to do so that you can thrive through the madness that you're dealing with at the time, and you're staying with your commitment no matter what. That's what makes people to understand who you are and what you will do, so that you can get past it. And that helps them to understand that they can get past it and they can thrive through it. And I'm telling every single person that's listening to this broadcast, this right now that we are going through is just a stepping stone. It's not permanent. You can tell that Chicago opens up in June. Trust and believe, Rockstar Studio will be back in the building starting June 1st. We're starting to book again. Maybe that link is in this broadcast. Make sure y'all go ahead and check that out. Because we're definitely doing the daggone thing. Music on 3 is coming back. Actually, let me phrase it. Music on 3 never left. Actually, we still have content that's coming out. We just got on Instagram, Music on 3 TV. So make sure y'all follow that as well. We never stopped working ever. Never stop working. Life After Sports, we never stop working. We're working on workshops right now for the application. Life After Sports, download that on your iPhone or on your Android. We're still working on that. We never stop. If you are a creative and you stopped in this industry, your problem was never your time because you have nothing but time. If you have not perfected your craft or at least attempted to, time was never your issue. Period. If you are a designer and you ain't making masks, what the hell are you doing? Because you're missing out on money right now.
Well, it's crazy you say that. One of the designers I work with, they are selling masks, 1,000 masks a day. Think about that. Wow. I mean, like you said, if you're not making masks, what are you doing? Like everybody needs a mask right now.
It's mandatory.
Everybody.
But if you're a designer and you're making,
can I just say,
masks, I need that. I'm just saying. I have like some dope ass masks from
Can I just say? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I have some dope masks from Ryan and Jorge, but I want a gemmed mask. So if you're a designer and you're making the gemmed mask, holla at me because I need to get one of those. Because I need to sparkle.
I need one of those too.
Honey, I'm about to find.
I need a gem mask too.
Child, I'm about to make it because I'm not paying. Look, let me just say this: designers, I understand what y'all doing. But if you think I'm paying $140 for something that's not real, we're going to have some issues. Stop it. Ain't nobody paying $140 for a daggone mask. Stop it.
Who is charging $140 for a mask? You got to be kidding me.
People are that crazy. $144. I said, what? Are you breathing for them too? And it's a fashion mask. Honey, don't do this. Y'all better get it together. Stop gouging the people. No, don't do that. Let's not do that here. 20-30, I understand because you handcrafting. We understand you popping the jewels on, but I'm not paying $140 nothing for no mask. I gotta put in the thing, and if it falls apart, I'm ready to come find you, child. Not caring through the pandemic, because I'll jump on the plane, girl.
So true. Oh my god.
Yeah, I got the right one. I swear, stop.
That is so bad.
Don't make me get some black masks. I make my own. Let's not do that. I'm not trying to do that now. But if I need to, shoot. Well, heck, that's what it's gonna be. I can't
Danaya, why don't you tell everybody? Why don't you tell everyone about your profile picture, like your little avatar picture?
Oh, I've talked
about
this.
Look at you, all gorgeous on the runway.
I've talked about this at length. I shout out the product maker. I was blessed enough. So there was a over 1,000 person show that we did at the Palmer House. And it was a suicide prevention and anti-bullying fashion presentation by the Beloved Charity. It was the 10th annual show. When I say we shut it down, maybe we shut it down. I was a part of the production team. I was blessed to be a part of the show working with Prana Maker, and it was the first show that actually modeled in. So I modeled for Prana Maker. Prana Maker has this amazing brand where she can, I swear, I think the last show I had out, she made like 5 outfits in like 20 minutes. It was crazy. She turned one piece of fabric into 5 different outfits. That girl is a beast. Oh my goodness. I got to walk in that, and it was such an amazing experience, because just to know what, why I'm walking and how important it is, and to be a part of it. I've been a part of the organization for 5 years now, which is insane. And
going on 6, right?
Going on 6, yeah, going on 6. 2014 is when I started. Yep. And so to be at that show, that was perfect. That's the perfect way to end your. It was as a producer. That was insane. Like,
yeah.
Whoo, child.
I always dreamed of holding a show at the Palmer House. I always dreamed of moving into, first of all, the red lacquer ballroom, which we were starting out in the Adams ballroom. Nice, simple, plain, beautiful ballroom. 200 people. That was in 2017, and we sold out. And people were like, no, I want tickets. Like hundreds of people were reaching out to me that they wanted tickets. So I upgraded to the red lacquer ballroom. Let me tell you, in 2017, being in the red lacquer ballroom was a major dream come true. It was a lot of work, and we doubled our capacity. We had like 450 people there. And then we continued the relationship. Shout out to Jane. Thank you for everything that you've done for me. Thank you for believing in me, for giving us and the organization the opportunity to be there. So we continued that relationship, held our show in 2018 in the Empire Ballroom, where like Frank Sinatra has sung, like all great type in that ballroom, throughout the years. And it's just like, wow, the Empire, again, over 400 people sold out. And she's telling me, she's like, I really, really want you to go to the Grand. And I'm like, I don't know if I can have 1,000 people. Like, I don't even know if I could handle that. It's more than double, or that is double, right? Like that's, I've only ever done like 500 to 550, because our Kentucky show that I produce every year is huge. But we did it, and we did it with a skeleton crew. We did it on Thanksgiving weekend. Hardcore, guys. This is not easy. Producing a show of this magnitude with over 300 models, over 1,000 people in the audience, it is not easy. But because of the mission of it being, that we're going to stand on stage and educate over 1,000 people. Shout out to Angel Simmons, who educated over 1,000 people that day in QPR, the suicide intervention steps. Like, that is what drives me. That is what pushes me forward. That is like, it doesn't matter that I'm pregnant and worn out and tired. It doesn't matter that I'm sleep deprived. It doesn't matter that, you know what I'm saying? Like, none of that matters, because I want to see this through and collaborate with the team that I love and reach people and save lives. And oh my God, I love the energy that day. Not because of the size of the crowd, but because of the people that were in the crowd. These were people that genuinely care about others, and they were from all over the nation, different ways. It was such a blessing. It was such a blessing, and such a great way to end, 10 years of me running LOLC. I started it in 2010, and to end it 10 years later, it's such a magnitude is a blessing. And I remember telling my husband, I'm like, I want to start Model Icon. I want to have my little, luxury side business brand where I help models and I produce shows. He's like, more shows? Oh my God. And I was like, this is different. This is different. He's like, you're never going to stop doing suicide prevention. I'm like, obviously, but this is different. Model Icon designer, 50 models, very elite. Everybody gets that hands-on training the day before. Everyone is expected to come with that level of professionalism and excellence. It's okay if they're not fully ready. We get them ready. And it's all about showcasing the models and the designers, and the audience is about 200 people. The last we've done 2 shows, one in November and one in January. So I love it. I love what we do. And oh my God, I never want to stop doing it. It's just part of who I am.
It's so much fun to see it. Like, and I remember the very first Model Icon show, it was so crazy because we're rehearsing. I'm sitting here like, oh Jesus, I don't know if they're gonna get this right. I was praying. I promise you, I was praying. I was like, well, let's see how this works. But
because it's different. It's different than anything I've ever done.
They killed it though. Because we usually don't do the finale walks. You have them do the finale walks and everything, and we're just like, okay, let's see how this works.
I really the models. I had them doing different types of walks. I'm like, okay, this production, this is the type of walk I want. Everybody needs to learn it. Okay, this show, a whole different walk. Like, you can do it, and they do it. They do it, and oh, it's so great. I love seeing them excel and learn. It takes me back to the beginning days when I was starting out and I was getting that level of coaching, I love it. I love seeing all sizes and heights though. Huh?
Yeah, just came in.
What were you saying, Danaya?
Yeah, just came in.
Oh, yeah. She sang at our January show. She's so talented.
We love her.
So talented.
She's so amazing. She did a set for Music on 3 and just tore the house down, just absolutely killed it. She has a new show coming out, so we're talking about that soon. Like, it's super super dope. So I'll let y'all know when all that's ready to go, because we just shot some promos, just like some promo photos yesterday, and she looks absolutely stunning. So yeah, definitely doing some really dope stuff for her. I'm blessed to be working with her. I've been working with her since 2008, because we worked together at City Year. And then when I found out it was so funny, because like I found out she could sing, and I had met her before that, but I didn't even realize it when I had did an open mic a couple years before that. And I was like, wait, that was you that was singing there? Oh my God, I know you. And she is just a beautiful spirit and so incredibly talented.
She is.
I think from a production standpoint, singer, songwriter. When I say if you need a hook, this is who you call. She is the hook queen. She is so talented and so great when it comes to collaboration. It's just absolutely amazing. I love working with her. I love her energy, and she's gorgeous, by the way, as well. Just such a beautiful spirit. So it really is dope to be working with her with Music on 3 and Rockstar Studio and all the different projects we've worked on. We went to school together at IMS. Like, she's just been really, really dope. She's my mom absolutely loved her, but she got a cover for HFL. I remember that was like the main thing. I remember that was one of the main things. That was like her favorite cover, to have to see Yaya on the cover of the magazine with the jewelry on. That was her favorite cover. I gave that to her in a frame for I think for birthday and Mother's Day a while back.
Wow.
She's just been like, when we had her sing at the 10th annual, that meant so much to me, so much, because have that full circle, that was so dope, so dope. It's such a really really great spirit. You know what I'm saying? And like, when it comes to everything that I do, and when it comes to DSOO, no crabs in the barrel, I talked about this in another broadcast. Like that, she's the epitome of it. No, you good? No worries. she's the epitome of Chicago supporting our own, because she's introduced me to so many amazing artists as well, and she's just really been very very supportive. So shout out to Yaya, most definitely. We definitely gonna we're doing a whole bunch of stuff together. So I'm really really happy and very very proud of her, because she is an overcomer. Trust, she definitely has pulled through and thrived through it, and yeah, definitely doing some fabulous things. So, but I think when it comes to you and what you have done for people, and I cannot thank you enough, because I've told you this privately, but I'm saying it publicly. You literally you added months to my mother's life, and I don't know how much you understand what that meant. That molasses really did help. Like, I didn't know what it was, but I'm sucking and it helped. And I remember we would go to the doctor and she would talk about it. And so you didn't have to do that. That meant so much, so much.
Well, you and your mom mean the world to me, and God rest her soul. Like, I miss her to pieces. I really do. And I know she'd be so proud of you, Danaya. Oh my God. Like, everything you've been able to achieve, while she was here on this earth, and how you've been thriving, it's beautiful to see. So you're welcome, and I wish I could have done more,
Trust me, there's nothing more you could have done. Like, I think what kind of would help. What the hardest part for me with this whole pandemic thing is being at home, because like literally once my mom passed, Sherrie was like, "Hey, we gotta go to some stuff in Kentucky. Want to come?" Yep, sure. Then get me the heck out of here. So I was just kind of going around the country. If it wasn't for
I think I love the road trips. Like,
yeah.
Oh my God, all our road trips that we've done, that's, I think, the thing I miss the most. Like, Carrie was writing me the other day, and she was sending me all these pictures from our road trips. Yes. I'm remembering when I was with you and Angel and Desiree, and like all these different people I've just taken on the road with me, all these places.
Yes. Like, the plane trips are fun, but road trips are amazing, because you get to stop and like go visit different restaurants and all of that, and and all these cool people, and like, and Yaya too, like she has been instrumental in helping me get healed from this shit.
I mean, and my car is always like, I don't know how I'm gonna do it because now I have 2 babies and like hired a baby. My car was always packed with like 5 people, 6 people squeezed in like sardines, you know, like where we've got Emily Nayri from Ireland sitting in the front seat because she's international. We're gonna give her the front seat, you know. On the way home, I'm driving her to the airport. I'm like having like 4 asthma attacks because Indiana's allergies are like out of control. I've got like 4 people squeezed in the back. And then I'm like stopping to get everyone food, and then someone calls me for a suicide intervention, and they're, you know, and so I'm like barely can breathe. I'm doing my inhaler. I'm doing a suicide intervention. Emily's like, oh my God, you know. I get them over to the airport. I still have another 3 hour.
Right, this is real life. This is not entertainment.
People have no idea. Like, this is real life, you guys. This is, like, really how it is, right? So, and I'm dropping you guys off at the CTA. Everyone's going their separate ways, going home after a big epic weekend that we're on our feet, like, all day long. And then, yeah, you know, I got my 3 hours additional driving after that. So it's like 8 hour driving just home. And it works so hardcore, Danaya and I. Like, I could call Danaya, I could call Carlos, I could call Jason. I know Jason's in New York, but fly, he'll drop whatever he's got going on to be with me and help me do what I'm doing. But, you know, I'll do like 2-3 cities in a weekend. Like, that's how hardcore I am. Like, I'll be like in Chicago. Like, I'll have to drive 3 hours to Chicago. I'll be in Chicago. Then that night, we're headed to Indianapolis. So that's another, like, you know, 3-4 hours. Do Indianapolis, head to Chicago, or head to Louisville, or like whatever it is, right? Like, oh my God. One city to another city, holding event after event after event. Yeah, it's tiring, but we love it.
I remember
and people wonder why we're successful, Danaya. They wonder.
Right, right, because we bust our eyes. What do you mean?
Yes, it's so true.
It takes a lot. Like, I try to tell people, I'm like, I don't think I understand that we build the stage. We actually built the stage. Like, it's not like
yeah.
No, we built the stage.
My husband's the best. You know, Sean, like putting out all the fires, like building everything, getting everyone their water. Like, yeah, we build the stage. Man.
Right, shout out to Sean and Gordon, because I promise you, so hold on, wait.
Gordon.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So it was not this year, but it was last year. Sherrie was pregnant.
Was it Kentucky?
Yes. Oh shit. Sherrie couldn't be there. First time Sherrie couldn't be there.
Everything changed when I became pregnant, right? Everything changed when I became pregnant. All of a sudden, I couldn't be the one like lifting and helping on that level. And you guys would still see me lifting and stopping, and they'd yell at me. But yeah, Gordon and Sean.
Ooh, Chad.
About you too.
Had it not been for Gordon and Sean, I'm telling you, because there were these beautiful white curtains that I couldn't figure out, and I was like, and I literally sat there like, if this don't work, we just gonna have to put step and repeat, and then just gonna deal with it. Because look.
Oh, you're talking about the Kentucky show?
Yes.
The one show I
could not make it.
10 years, actually, at that time, the 9 years of running LOLC, producing all the shows. I still produced the show. I was producing from home 2 weeks after giving birth. I was still producing from home. I'm so crazy. But I could not physically be there. And I was like, oh my God, how are you guys going to do it? And you guys did it.
We had a lot of prayer.
It was incredible.
We had a lot of prayer. There was so much.
You know what, though? This is what I'm going to say. The first year I attempted at doing my own curtains, shout out to Delana McClung and her daughter Shanna, and our Kentucky team. Man, we were there at 5 a.m. putting up those curtains. You know, 5 a.m. Yep, that was crazy. We thought we were gonna need ladders. We thought we were gonna need the whole. We didn't. Yeah,
no, you didn't.
Look, anybody wants a fashion show? Danaya and I are your girls, okay?
Hello?
we will set you up a whole show. You will be in good hands. We know how to do curtains, staging. Oh my God.
All of that. Honey, guys, you need to slay the runway. We know how to do that for you. You know, but it's such an amazing experience to be able to work with and meet so many designers from around the world. You know,
Mm-hmm.
even the time here, like I said, Prana Maker was just her energy is just phenomenal, and her
I
work is
love
just so
Natalia.
Natalia is so sweet, and she just has that really healing
So
energy.
if any models, she does. Like, if any of those are listening, definitely reach out to these to connect with them, because we work with some of the most genuine people that have so much to share. I mean, like you said, Natalia, like, her soul is just so beautiful. She has so much to share.
Yeah.
Yeah, it helps people heal. One thing I want to mention, if I may, I know this is your show. I just want to talk about my I just want to talk about my pageant title.
Yes,
Mrs. Royalty
I was going to
America.
start with that first, but things are happening. Yes, please talk about what is it like to be Miss
I
Royalty America?
know. It's been a really beautiful experience, actually, just being able to. The title helps bring awareness to whatever community service I'm doing. That's the whole purpose of the title, right? And being Mrs. Royalty America basically shines a spotlight on whatever initiative it is that I or my sister queens are up to. So what my husband and I did is we sewed a bunch of masks and we donated it to our local community. One initiative they've done is Mrs. Royalty America. I produced some shows. So you saw me sing with my title in New York and speak with my title for suicide prevention, and we're at the 10th annual, everyone there. And, right now I'll be doing a lot more. It's very limited what I can do, but I'll be doing a lot more with my title. I'm going to be getting online, doing a lot more mental health videos, and just kind of uplift people during this time. And the directors, Michelle Becker and Cheryl Smokowski, are really phenomenal women. So if anybody on here is looking for a pageant to compete in, Miss Royalty International is the brand. So it's MRI, MissRoyaltyInternational.com. Get on, do it. Even if you're in my division, I'm actually doing it again next year. I got their first runner-up title last year, which was a huge honor for me, being crowned Mrs. Royalty America. So to go and compete again and hopefully win the main title. And, I've recruited a contestant. She's in my division. I don't care if you're in my division. Yeah, of course I'm competing. I want to win. But whoever is the best and whoever the judges see is right for the title is going to win. And I'm cool with that. So I'd love to create a group of women that be with me. And it did get moved to 2021. And the areas of competition, basically it's interview. So you have to meet with the judges. They want to know all that you're doing in your community. You have to do making sure that you have elegance and you're comfortable in all different types of settings, even formal ones. And then there's fashion wear. And fashion wear is just that fun. They want to see your personality. So if you've never done a pageant, reach out. Consider it. It's such a fun experience. It really, really is. And the other thing I'll say, it's held in Milwaukee. They have all age divisions that you can imagine, from little girls all the way up, married, not married, single, divorced, widow, children, no children. We've got a division for you. So I'd love to see some of you come out and compete with me. I think it would be really, really fun. And, so many of you are listening, and it's such a great way to, to promote what it is that you're doing and who you are as a person.
That's definitely awesome.
So, yeah.
That is definitely what's up. So how can
how can people
find you on social media?
It's my name, Sherrie Gearheart. On Instagram, Facebook, definitely through my and just reach out. Definitely going to be working on my Instagram a lot more. I know I've been saying that for a long time, Danaya, but I promise you it's going to happen. I need to do that. Yeah, but I think the biggest thing right now is I really want to connect with people more than I ever have before. So I'll be doing a lot more reaching out as best as I can. Obviously, I'm a mom of 2, so I'm very busy and I'm running my company. But I really want to connect with people. This whole pandemic has brought that out in me again, and I'm grateful for that. So, you know, reach out, get involved with whatever projects we've got going on, whether virtual or hopefully eventually in person again. You know, we want to see you there. We want to meet you and do all that. So
definitely. Do you have any last things to say before we depart, Miss Lady?
Yes, I want everyone to take 5 to 10 minutes a day to nurture yourself, to wake up and just really reflect and start believing in yourself and get out of that fear-based mindset. I want everyone to just excel. You know, 2021 is going to be here before we know it. I know 2020 has been insane. Just start self-nurture, focus on what you will be, who you want to be when all of this is over. Okay, I love you all. Thank you, Danaya, for having me on your show and with your audience.
Sherrie is amazing, and we absolutely love her. She has the most beautiful spirit and energy and just such a big heart. Miss Royalty America is the perfect title for her because she truly is a queen. No questions asked. Like you said, she will drop everything to help save a life, and she's done it on multiple occasions. I've called her to help me save a life on multiple occasions, and we've been blessed enough to actually save someone's life because they thought that they weren't worthy at that time, and they've talked to her and they realized how important they were. This isn't just in Chicago. This isn't just around the country. This is internationally. That's why I go so hard for Sherrie, because this is who she is. There's no fun about it. There's no, oh my God, she's just doing this to get this clout. Ain't no clout at 2 o'clock in the morning, you idiot. Ain't no clout when you gotta sit there and figure out where the person is because they don't have any address online. They have to figure out, gotta call police departments and things. Ain't no clout in that. What do you mean?
No.
I'm confused. Ain't no clown sleeping on the floor in another country, honey. But
thank you, Danaya. Thank you to the little group of haters. There's like, again, less than 5. Okay, love their time on me. It's a little group of haters that said I vacationed in Africa. Let me tell you, I have witnesses. I slept on the floor in Africa, in Liberia, in the heat with no air conditioning, no electricity. I integrated into the culture both times that I was there. Why? Because I wanted to save money. My money was being utilized to make a difference. That's why. And B, because I'm not on a vacation. Thank you very much. I'm there doing humanitarian work, period. Point blank, you know? So you're not going to be seeing me at 5-star places when I'm going overseas doing dirty work, okay? Yes, one night during a modeling tour. Yes, thank you. I was on a modeling tour, nothing to do with my suicide prevention. But when I'm there in Liberia and I say I'm on a humanitarian tour, you better believe I'm on a humanitarian tour. And yes, I sleep very little when I'm overseas because we're dealing with the traffic is unlike anything you've ever seen. They don't have the roads, the infrastructure like we do here. And I'm dealing with jam-packing my schedule as much as I humanly can, whether it's speaking live on the news, the government officials standing up in front of a crowd of 600 students, telling them to believe in themselves when they're hungry. They're hungry. We're talking, this is a third world country. They're going through difficulties that you can't imagine. Liberia is it's not even a third world country. It's post-war, right? They had a civil war. These people don't have any mental health infrastructure. So to my little group of haters that said suicide isn't an issue in Liberia, tell me suicide isn't an issue in Liberia just because Google doesn't have up-to-date records in a country that doesn't have the infrastructure for roads and running water and electricity. Tell me suicide isn't a problem when the average person has lost 6 people to Ebola in their life. 6 people on average. Okay, tell me suicide isn't a problem when I've seen Liberians come to me and thank me for being their voice and coming to their country, in a country where suicide and mental health is completely taboo and they don't have any counselors. Tell me suicide isn't a problem, okay? Because it is. I know what I'm doing, and I know where God calls me to go, and that's where I go, and that's what I do. So no, I'm not taking vacations. So thank you for mentioning that, Danaya, about me sleeping on the floor. It's not pretty. And all the people that want to go, I would love for you to go. But let me tell you, I'm not going and staying in 5-star hotels, okay? I'm not. So if you're going for the right reasons. And yes, I might look pretty at times doing what I'm doing because designers sponsor and have present their brand, right? But that's just smart. Yep. That's just smart marketing to get people on board and dress me. So again, money is saved, right? Because it's not about the money. It's not about the clout. It's actually about going there and making an impact. And there is nothing more rewarding in the world than going somewhere where you are needed and being able to uplift others. You want to talk about healing? I'm not just healing others. They're healing me. They're also healing me. Because when you reach out to be on a soul level, you go to somebody on a soul level and they're at the brink of ending it all, or they're at the brink of feeling like they can never be, or that they're worthless for the mistakes that they've made. But you're there to tell them, no, you are something and you are not your mistakes. You are not your environment. You are not your current situation. You are made to be so much more. God has a plan for you. That is the most rewarding thing you can do. And shout out to Bill Rogers again, because even though when I go, I'm going for suicide prevention, specifically in Liberia, I'm also going to put wells in rural areas that have no drinking water at all whatsoever. People have to walk miles to the typical well to get enough drinking water for their day or for their week. You know, they have multiple people that go, and he went to a rural area that didn't have any running water, and his organization put in a well. And what was crazy, Danaya, is when we were driving on that back road, our van got stuck. We had like over 10 people crammed in that van. Okay. It got stuck in the mud because, again, they don't have the infrastructure for the roads, right?
Wow.
I look out the window next to the mom and her 2 little children, bathing in the murkiest puddle of water I have ever seen in my life. And that's what they were bathing in. And I was told by the locals, the tribal people told me that's also what they drink. And that's why so many of them die every single year. And so when you go there, and I'm getting emotional now, when you go there and you make that kind of impact and you're providing clean drinking water for people, it's life-changing. So no, I'm not going and taking a vacation. I'm going and I'm doing what God has called me to do. So you better, by supporting me and Model Icon, I'm going to take, yes, it's a for-profit company, but I'm going to take some of that money and I'm going to do good in the world. You better believe it. And one of the things I feel called and very compelled to do is to provide safe drinking water. I'm not going to do it as a charity. I'm not going to do it as, I'm just going to do it as me. Right? As an individual, all of us can get together and make a difference in the world. I don't care what it is. And you may not be called to Liberia, but maybe you're called to help your neighbor. You know, what we're doing in our local community right now, I forgot to mention this earlier, is we've put out a call to all the families that don't have enough food. We already have over 20 families that have called in the last 2 days that need food. Families, imagine the families that have children of 3 or 2, or you know what I'm saying, like there's multiple people. So we dropped off our first batch of groceries today, and then we're going to continue over the next few days, and you know, hopefully we're reaching more people, because in our local community the food pantry was shut down. So you know, due to the virus. I know, I can't believe it. So you know, my family is don't even get me started, Danaya. I don't know, but all I can say is we're here to pick up the slack.
That don't make no kind of sense whatsoever.
That makes no sense. So if you see something wrong, you know, if you have the means or you have the passion to get people together that have the means, do it. Make the difference in your local community or your global community, you know. So I just, oh my God. I have something I could talk about. I just can't thank you enough for supporting me in my journey, for all the difference that you've made in everybody's lives, and, you know, for having me on your show.
Yes. And once we get back together, we'll definitely come back and talk about the fabulous things that we're doing, because, again, this is not the end. This is just a stepping stone, and we are definitely going to thrive through this pandemic with no questions asked. Make sure y'all follow Sherrie Gearheart at Sherrie Gearheart on Instagram. Make sure that y'all follow at Model Icon Inc. on Instagram as well. like the Facebook page, facebook.com/model icon Inc. Make sure you guys follow me on all social media at Danaya. That's DANAYAAZURE. Like the Facebook page, facebook.com/Danaya Designs for You, facebook.com/Danaya Radio, facebook.com/K4S Entertainment, and facebook.com/Rockstar Studio. Make sure you guys follow Music on 3 TV on Instagram. We just started that Instagram today, so we need to follow it. I'm just saying, we just literally just started. I didn't want another thing to manage, but I was like, you know what? Everybody's been asking for it, so now it's here. It's gonna be dope. Y'all get to see some of the previews before they drop on anywhere else. So make sure y'all follow the Instagram, Music on 3 TV. We're definitely getting it in over there. So yeah, so follow and support that amazing campaign. I've got some of the other stuff I'll be rolling out within the next couple of weeks. I'm working with a couple other brands, so just follow me, stay tuned. I'll let y'all know what the deal is. But Sherrie, I appreciate you. I love you so much. Thank you for everything that you have done for me. Thank you for everything you have done for all of us. Like, you have just been there for every single one of us. Shout out to the board. Y'all are just the bomb.com. Shout out to Angel. Y'all are
Shout out to Chris. I love you, Chris.
Shelly, all y'all. Love every single one. Shout out to Sean. Shout out to the family. Like, you have a really, really phenomenal family. And please hug the girls for me. Kiss them. Stay in the house. Stay in the house. Stay in the house. I need to keep you safe and healthy. You know I love you to death. And really know I'm out of here. All right, you guys. Make sure you guys continue to express what makes you unique.